Hi, Sheila here. Thanks for joining me. I think some of you may realize by now that these sessions are a kind of a repeat. Sometimes they seem a little different in the words of guidance, but ultimately there's a sameness and a familiarity, which is finding a way, a bridge back into the present moment. So I just want to recognize that we do that because the present moment is where our lives really are, where we have the opportunity to make choices and changes and to find enjoyment. And that very often, the places, the recesses in our mind that keep us in the past or the future hold a little bit less of that. They hold more angst because they're places that, certainly the past, somebody said, I think it was Jack Kornfield, you have to give up all hope of a better past. But how often we revisit it, it is what it was. It was what it was. And the future, while we can plan, is still very ungovernable, as they say. So we're looking to spend a little more time right here and right now. So let's do that together. So finding your comfortable seat. Always a seat where we think about sitting up rather than sitting down. So up has an alertness and an awake component and feel to it. Sitting down kind of allows us to slump. So sit up. Allow your eyes to soften, perhaps closing or lowering. Everybody has a preference. And just noticing those first few moments of that change from open eyes to closed eyes. Noticing the seat that you have taken. Making any minor adjustments to a longer spine that allows the belly to relax and the shoulders, allows for more breathing space in the chest. Beginning to really appreciate this time of sitting still and observing. This is a time when you don't have to fix or do or solve anything. Letting a few breaths get a little longer and deeper and wider. So you really feel the breath in the upper chest. You feel the ribs contract on the exhalation. Maybe your exhalation is so complete that you can actually feel the belly button moving in and back. And while it's fuller and longer, it should still feel comfortable, not strained. Imagining each inhalation brings you more present, and each exhalation allows you to let go of something, maybe of many things that we carry. We carry them in our minds, but they live also in our bodies. And even if it's something really important on your mind, it's okay to have a few moments where that is at rest and the focus is completely in the moment. So we can let the breath return to its natural flow. So we notice the difference between a full breath and a more natural breath, and we just acknowledge that it's still a breath, There's a beginning and a middle and an end. And it's possible to observe all of those points, all of the sensation created just by observing the body breathing. Moving a little more into sensation. So looking or making space for sensation in the head and neck, the face. So this is a basic curiosity. Initially looking just to observe, and possibly we observe some loosening or letting go and the presence of tightness perhaps. See if you can observe all of those things or any of those things without really any judgment about it. It does seem like our intention is to make it let go, but really the intention is simply to notice what we found. Can we have a few less expectations about how this should go? Noticing what you find in the shoulders, tops of the shoulders and the shoulder blades just at the upper back. Noticing what's found in the arms, from the shoulders to the elbows, right to the fingertips. The weight, the position. Maybe we notice some movement in the shoulders and arms because of the breath. What do we find along the back side of the body? The part of the back that might be resting against a chair. Or if you're sitting really upright, noticing the muscles that support that upright posture. And what's present in the area of the belly. Softening the belly just means that when you inhale, the belly moves outward. When you exhale, it moves in just a little bit. So we just notice that natural flow and rhythm, presence of our belly when we're sitting still. And we can become more keenly aware of the support of the chair beneath our buttocks and backs of our thighs. Just letting go into that support. Noticing the points of contact. Maybe it's warmth or tingling. There is likely some sensation to be noticed. And the noticing is in the field of experience. So while I'm kind of describing it to you, your experience of it is really wordless, thoughtless. It's bare contact with the moment and the experiences that are arising moment by moment. And you can notice the position of your legs and feet. And then kind of a sweeping awareness of the entire body sitting still. And maybe the mind is not quite as still as the body. And so this is a point to notice. It's very common that the habit of thinking follows us to the seat. If it helps, you can label very gently, very minimally, label the thought. Thought, worry, planning. And once you've noted that, very quietly to yourself, allow yourself to come back to the sensation of your body. Feel of the skin against your clothing. Or maybe what is coming in through your ears at this moment? Some sound from the space around you that is happening now. And having patience when thoughts arise again. We know how to deal with that. Those are thoughts. However interesting or intriguing, however far down the road they've taken you, there's a moment when you notice they've engaged your mind. And that moment is mindfulness. An opportunity for choice. Come back into the experience of the body sitting and breathing and taking in sound. Nothing else. So we'll prepare to end this meditation time together by sharing the sound, the experience of the singing bowl. when the sound feels like it's really drifted off beyond your hearing, take a deep breath and slowly and carefully open your eyes if they were closed. People often share with me how disconcerting it is to have thoughts join them when they sit. And I always like to remind us many times that the thoughts really are very natural. They're not really your enemy in the practice. They just kind of are. And so, again, as I said last time, we have an opportunity to become more comfortable with turning from them, noticing when they're there. And then during our days when we're just not meditating, we may notice, I'm lost in thought. These thoughts are causing some agitation. Maybe I can not engage with them so much right now. That becomes the off the seat value. So as always, I hope these times are refreshing. I hope the teaching, the little bits of teaching that seep out in terms of technique is supportive of your own personal practices. Questions always welcome. And I'll speak with you all before long. Bye for now.